Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Campus West at the University of La Verne for Game 2 of SCIAC softball doubleheader between Occidental College and the University of La Verne. I'm Nate Rodriguez. Kirsten Sanchez back inside the circle after closing out Game 1 for the Leopards, in which they lost 6-5 to these Oxy Tigers. Sanchez, strike one to shortstop Alicia Wagner. Now 1 ball and 1 strike. Led off Game 1 of this doubleheader with a double to left field that was misplayed out in left. She takes strike 2 here on the outer half. Julia Miramontes was fighting the sun that was glaring in her eyes at the start of Game 1 of this doubleheader. The ball got by Miramontes. Then Wagner came around to score on Evelyn Lorch's double. Lorch waits in the on-deck circle as Wagner takes a ball outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes from Sanchez. The left-hander fires, changes speeds. It's floated into right field, but on Angelina Alderete comes on to make the catch, and there's 1 out in the first. Alderete made that catch out in right field. You might have saw that graphic for a quick second. Might have not. Ball 1 to Evelyn Lorch, the designated player for Occidental. Got the scoring started in Game 1 of this doubleheader with that double that I had just mentioned. She went the other way with it. Went the other way twice for 2 doubles, as a matter of fact. Finished Game 1 of the doubleheader with another opposite field double. That 1 hopped the right field wall. Here she's in the driver's seat. The 2-0 pitch from Sanchez is a changeup that swung on and missed. A good job by Sanchez to pull the string in a good hitter's count. Lorch, a junior out of Hemet, California. Swings and misses at the high cheese. Sanchez's 2-2 pitch, low for ball 3. A better crowd on hand for Game 2 of the doubleheader. Game 1, it was a little bit dry here in the stands at Campus West. 3-2 pitch, fouled back. A lot of people standing, surrounding the bleachers, not just seated in the seats. Alyssa Campbell doing the catching again for the Leopards here in Game 2, handling Kirsten Sanchez. Her 3-2 pitch, bounce back to the box. Sanchez fields it, a nice easy throw to first, and there's 2 away.
Now batting number 3, Sophia Sue.
So a nice play by Kirsten Sanchez to field her position. 2 outs in the top of the first inning. Sophia Sue, the second baseman, will be the hitter. Takes ball 1 high above the belt. Occidental coming out with the same lineup here in Game 2 under head coach Chris Hippa. Wagner, Lorch, and Sue here in the first. Isabella Harding waits on deck. Sanchez's 1-0 misses down and away. After Harding, it'll be Felicia Pedroza, then Jordan Lebsock, the catcher. Sam Palacio out in right field. Ava Quezada in center. And Sydney Crespo out in left. 2-0 pitch from Kirsten Sanchez. Outside ball 3. Sanchez's first 3-0 count of the afternoon. Looking to get back into the at-bat. Sue likely taking all the way. A look at strike 1. The 3-1 pitch. Outer half, strike 2. Sue still not taking the bat off her back shoulder. In a 3-1 count, was able to be selective about what she wanted. Now Sanchez working her way back into it. Spins the ball in her hand, off her side, the 3-2. Fastball just off the outside corner. Sue takes the free 60 feet A 2-out walk extends the inning. First baseman Isabella Harding, the next hitter.
Isabella Harding.
Coming into the start, Sanchez owned a 3.54 ERA. She starts Harding out with a strike here. Her 15th start of the season in this appearance, has now gone 82 innings. Trying to lower that opposing batting average against a Tigers team that's just barely snapping a 5-game losing streak. 1 ball and 1 strike the count. Harding playing first base with Sue off the first base bag. Takes ball 2, low and away. Sanchez toes the rubber for 2-1 pitch. Bounce to the left side. Garcia goes the short way to second. And the Leopards take the force out to get out of the bottom of the first. A fly out to right, a bounce back to the box, a 2-out walk drawn by Sophia Sue. Then a ground out to short to end the inning. Kirsten Sanchez allows a walk, but Oxy goes down scoreless in the top half of the first inning. Bottom half of the first from the softball field at Campus West from the University of Laverne. Tara Anaya's Leopards trying to avenge themselves from a 6-5 extra inning loss against this Tigers team. Occidental will turn to left-hander Ariel Lashinsky here to try and shut down the Leopards in the final game of the series, the rubber match. As the Leopards send out Alderete, Miramontes, and Gray here in the bottom half of the first. Cassandra Zapata in the cleanup spot again, playing second, followed by Ashley Rodriguez in center. Jaylene Jaloma gets the start as the designated player, hitting 6th, followed by Kirsten Sanchez, the pitcher, hitting for herself, batting 7th. Erica Garcia moves down a bit in the order, batting 8th, and first baseman Marissa Acosta will bat 9th. Alyssa Campbell handles the catching duties in at the flex position. We're ready to go from the bottom half of the first inning. Angelina Alderete began game 1 of the doubleheader out with a single back up the middle, but the home plate umpire ruled the junior outfielder out for making contact with the pitch outside of the batter's box. Now Alderete hoping to get the Leopards started out on the right foot once again, but not be brought back for it this time. Lefty-lefty matchup to get things going. Alderete, the slap hitter, leading the Leopards in batting average by a wide margin. Takes a strike at the knees, and we're underway in the bottom of the first. Tigers infield drawn in, expecting the ground ball. 0-1 pitch from Lashinsky. Alderete shows bunt, pulls it back, taken for ball 1. Lashinsky has emerged as the Tigers' ace of the season. More innings pitched than anyone, an ERA of 3.29 coming into the game. That ball chopped back up to second. A diving play made by Sophia Sue. But Angelina Alderete just has unbelievable wheels. An infield single for the Leopards right fielder. They've got the leadoff base runner on board. For left fielder, first year Julia Miramontes. Back-to-back left-handed hitters at the top of the Leopards order. Alderete has 21 stolen bases on the year. She's off on the pitch, and she's into second base safely. Make that 22 for number 11. Leopards have a runner in scoring position, knocking on the door of scoring first. One 0 pitch is taken on the outer half for a strike. Miramontes showing bunt. Got the first baseman to crash in. Leopards trying to manufacture a run here early on and jump over the Tigers here in the first. Lashinsky spinning the ball in their left hand. Home with the 1-1 pitch that's high and outside, ball 2. Tigers outfield playing shallow. Lashinsky's 2-1 to Miramontes, bunted right in front of the plate. Picked up by the catcher. A nice play by Jordan Lebsock, gets Miramontes at first by half a step. That ball had a lot of English on it, spun right in front of the plate for Lebsock to pick up. Runner at third and 1 out for grad student third baseman Taylor Gray. First pitch to Gray. Fastball at the knees, taken for a strike. Alderete, the runner at third. Gray at the plate with 1 out. Looking to put the Leopards on the board. Bounces right back to the box, and it skips through Lashinsky's legs. That'll be enough to score the run. Sue makes the play to first. No error on Lashinsky. It's a ground out, ruled 4-3 in the scorebook, an RBI for Taylor Gray. But Oxy could have prevented the run if Lashinsky made the play. Instead, it's 1-0 Leopards. Zapata to the plate with 2 outs. So Laverne, an early 1-0 lead. Ariel Lashinsky's first pitch to Zapata misses down and away. Tough break for Oxy. Ball was hit slow enough to keep Alderete off third. But too much spin on it. Spun under and away from Lashinsky's mitt. She pounds the strike zone there for strike 1. Rolled back to Sue, and the speedy Alderete was obviously going to take home. 1-0 Laverne. The 1-1 to Zapata. Swung on and lifted to right field. Playable. Catch is made by Sam Palacio, and the inning is over. But the Leopards score 1 on Taylor Gray's RBI ground out to second. Angelina Alderete reaches base with a single, steals second, then comes around to score. Leopards 1, Tigers 0 as we head to the second. You're watching Skyax Softball on LVTV 3.
The zip code you're born into can determine your future. Your school, your job, your dreams, your problems. But at the Y, we create opportunities for everyone, no matter who you are or where you're from. For a better us, support your local Y today.
One to nothing Leopards, top half of the second inning. Kirsten Sanchez has a 1-0 lead to work with after Taylor Gray cashed in a run on an RBI ground out. First pitch swinging, Felicia Pedrosa out to right field. Angelina Alderete, who stole a base and came around to score that first run, puts it away. 1 pitch, 1 out in the second. Catcher Jordan Lebsock the next to hit. Lebsock, a sophomore out of Mill Valley, California. Caught game 1, takes a strike at the knees, and did a really good job behind the plate for Zeta Day Adams. She worked exceptionally hard in the first inning for freshman Sam Alfaro, who couldn't get out of that opening frame. Here, Lebsock takes another strike right at the knees, and Sanchez pummeling the zone. Ahead 0-2. Lebsock navigated Day Adams through 7 scoreless innings in that extra inning win for the Tigers. Their first one in conference play. Snapped a 5-game losing streak. It was their first game on the road this season. 1-2 from Sanchez. Another just off the plate. Sanchez still looking for her first strikeout of this game. Had one in her 1 inning of work in the first game of the doubleheader. Ball misses low there, and from 0-2 to 3-2. Payoff pitch coming. Lebsock never takes the bat off her shoulder. Sanchez loses her. 4 straight balls after having her 0-2. Puts the runner at first for right fielder Sam Palacio. Perhaps Sanchez just trying to get a bit too fine ahead, 0-2. Gambled a bit too much. Now she'll look for the double play to get out of the inning. Palacio swings at the first pitch, fouls it into Campbell's mitt behind the plate. 0-1. Next pitch just outside, ball 1. Sanchez's 2-1 pitch to the plate is fouled back to the screen. A nice cut there by Palacio and a good hitter's count, but just a tick behind the fastball. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out here in the top of the second inning. The pitch from Sanchez. Fouled back again. Sanchez and Palacio battling here. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Another 2-2. Another foul back to the screen. A grin shared between Campbell and Acosta along the first baseline. Good old-fashioned 2-strike fight between the Tigers' right fielder and the Leopards' starting pitcher. Another 2-2. Taken, ball 3. Palacio took it confidently. Sanchez thought it might have been strike 3. Campbell couldn't steal it. So now the count's full. Left-hander fires the 3-2 pitch. Fouled back. So we'll do it again, 3-2. Sanchez home. Fastball at the knees, called ball 4. No help from the home plate umpire. Sanchez will have to labor through the second if she wants to get through it clean. Runners at first and second and 1 out for Ava Quezada. Back-to-back walks allowed by the left-hander. The junior out of San Pedro is home with a fastball to Quezada high, ball 1. Quezada, the junior outfielder. Chance to move both runners over, if not cash in on the one that Oxy trails by. She takes a look at strike 1. Fastball high for ball 2. Quezada ahead in the count. came into the day 0 for 12, searching for her first hit. Fastball swung on and missed. Sanchez blowing it by her. It's 2-2. If I was Sanchez and I took a look at the stat sheet before the game and I was thinking about who I'm going to go through in the lineup, I'm throwing nothing but fastballs here. 2-2. Fastball called strike 3. 2 outs. Sanchez's first of the afternoon. A strikeout looking of Eva Quezada. Brings up Sydney Crespo. So a lefty-on-lefty matchup between Sanchez and Crespo. First pitch, a fastball swung on and missed. Crespo just trying to hit it out of the mid of Campbell, but it's 0-1. Sanchez in a rhythm, home with another fastball. Bounce to Taylor Gray at third, making the play on the run to nab the speedy Crespo. Gray was playing in, fielded it on one hop, and right behind the pitcher's circle, made a strong throw to first on the run to retire the side. The Tigers leave 2 runners stranded on 2 walks allowed by Kirsten Sanchez, but Sanchez strikes out her first of the ball game, a strikeout looking of Eva Quezada, to bring us to the bottom half of the second inning. The University of Laverne leads Oxy 1-0. Angelina Alderete came around to score after singling, stealing a base, and taking home on a Taylor Gray groundout. You're watching Skyax Softball on LVTV3, Laverne Community Television. Did you know that on average, about 1/4 of students enrolled at NCAA Division III member schools participate in varsity athletics? On average, 1/4 of students. This week, the University of Laverne is joining 446 Division III schools and 44 conferences in the nationwide celebration of NCAA Division III Week. We are proud of our student athletes who excel both in the classroom and in athletic competition while demonstrating leadership, community service, and campus involvement. Bottom half of the second inning. Occidental left-hander Ariel Lashinsky, the senior left-hander out of Maplewood, New Jersey, will deal to the Leopards 5, 6, and 7 hitters here in the second. Ashley Rodriguez, Jaylene Jaloma, and Kirsten Sanchez to hit. If anyone reaches base, it'll be Erica Garcia.
Now batting for the Leopards, number 20, Ashley Rodriguez.
Rodriguez in her first at-bat last game hit a high fly ball off the left center wall for a 2 RBI double that came with the bases loaded in the first inning. Was feet away from becoming the Leopards' first home run of the season. First pitch swinging, Rodriguez smashes it into the dirt in front of her. No balls and 1 strike. Rodriguez, a junior out of West Covina, California, grounds the next pitch foul in front of the Occidental dugout. And quickly A-Rod down 0-2. Rodriguez came into the day a .310 hitter, picked up her 8th double and RBIs number 15 and 16 last game. Looking to fight with 2 strikes. The pitch, high and outside, a chase pitch, but Rodriguez didn't bite. Rodriguez digs back in. Lashinsky gets the sign. Home with the 1-2 that's grounded to first. Fielded in fair play. Nifty footwork over there along the first place bag by Isabella Harding. 1 out in the second. Jaylene Haloma, the hitter. Haloma didn't get the start in game 1 of the doubleheader, but she does here in game 2, serving as the designated player, hitting for catcher Alyssa Campbell as she takes a strike. Haloma, a 286 hitter. Six hits and 21 at-bats. One double. Lines this one into left field. So she gets the start in the series finale. Gets a hit in her first at-bat. Came ready to play. A one-out base runner for the Leopards. Brings up pitcher Kirsten Sanchez.
Now batting number 22, Kirsten Sanchez.
So Sanchez looks to help her own cause here with the runner at first and one out. Left-handed hitter with a slightly open stance faces the corner infielders drawn in. First pitch on the inner half. Called for a strike. Haloma, the runner, off first. Sanchez hoping to avoid the double play ball. Strike one pitch, grounded to first, mishandled over there by Harding, but she'll pick it up. Step on the first base bag. That's the second 3 unassisted put out of the inning. Haloma moves to second. Shortstop Erica Garcia, the hitter. So Garcia, the hitter, out of the 8 hole with a runner at second and 2 out. The Leopards trying to build on a 1-0 lead. Ariel Lashinsky's first pitch home. A fastball on the outside corner called a strike. Oh, 1 pitch to Garcia, bounced to third. Handled by Felicia Pedroza, and the inning is over. The Leopards leave a runner in scoring position. We head to the third from the University of Laverne. Leopards 1, Tigers nothing. You're watching SkyAC Softball. LVTV 3, Laverne Community Television.
Dora knows better than anyone. The best place to explore is the forest.
Boots! She knows this monkey? Of course, she knows this monkey.
Experience nature.
Let's go.
Connect with family.
I love you guys.
And find your own adventure in a forest or park near you.
Let's do this. Come on, Boots.
Visit discovertheforest.org to find a forest or park near you.
We're through the first 2 innings from the University of Laverne in the series finale between the Big Cats of the SkyAC. 2 Big Cats certainly looking to turn their season around a little bit. The Occidental Tigers taking on the University of Laverne Leopards. I'm Nate Rodriguez, bringing you the action here from Campus West. The Leopards lead 1-0 as we enter the third inning. Kirsten Sanchez out inside the circle, getting a first pitch ground ball to short, handled by Erica Garcia. And with 1 pitch, shortstop Alicia Wagner is retired, bringing up designated player Evelyn Lorch. Lorch bounced back to the box in her first at-bat. She'll take the first pitch following the first pitch ground out. 0-1 the count. Sanchez's 0-1 home is a fastball just off the plate. 1 ball and 1 strike. Lorch, 3 hits in game 1, 2 doubles and a single. Spraying the ball to all fields and displaying some opposite field power a couple of times. 0-1 pitch, she checks her swing, but will be awarded first base by the home plate umpire. Laverne isn't challenging the call. Head coach Tara Anaya comes out and she'd like to ask for help. And the first base umpire even acknowledged that, yep, Lorch might have checked her swing a bit too far. She's laughing at herself on the first base bag, knowing she did check her swing a good amount. And sure enough, she's brought back. Lorch will acknowledge it. She'll grab the bat from the dugout and step back into the box in a 1-ball, 2-strike count. Well, you just saw that maybe a couple of days ago if you were watching highlights from across Major League Baseball. The San Francisco Giants pitcher throwing a submarine slider up and into a left-handed San Diego Padres hitter. He swung and it hit him in the face. That was kind of similar. Called strike 3. What a tough break for Evelyn Lorch. A hit by a pitch turned into a strikeout for Kirsten Sanchez. 2 outs here in the third. Sanchez is second of the ball game. Brings up second baseman Sophia Sue. First pitch fastball outside. Sue walked her first time up, was left stranded. Fouls this one back off the screen. A utility player for the Tigers. Plays a bit of second. Plays a bit of third. Can also play the outfield. Listed at 5'2" out of Castro Valley. 1-1 pitch catches the inside corner, and Sanchez a strike away from getting out of the third. Would be her first clean inning of the ball game. Left a couple of runners stranded last inning. This 0-2 pitch just off the plate. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Sanchez toes the rubber. Pitch misses low. Full count here with 2 outs in the top half of the third inning. Sanchez spins it in her left hand, rocks and fires the 3-2 that's grounded to Gray at third. A crow hop and a throw to first, fielded by Acosta to end the top half of the third inning. The first 1-2-3 inning of the ball game for Kirsten Sanchez. She retires the 1-2-3 hitters in the Occidental order and will send her Leopards back to the plate ahead 1-0. The Leopards got the scoring started in the bottom half of the first inning when Angelina Alderetti reached base on a leadoff single. She scored second, was moved around to third on a bunt by Julia Miramontes, then scored on a ground ball that got through the legs of pitcher Ariel Lashinsky and on to second base to Sophia Sue. Sue made the play, but Gray was credited with an RBI ground out that scored Alderetti. The Leopards left a runner in scoring position in the second inning, but now look to bounce back and add insurance to their 1-0 lead over the Occidental Tigers. Senior left-hander Ariel Lashinsky out of New Jersey, finishing up her warm-up pitches here. Chris Hippa and his Tigers looking to take 2 from the Leopards in this Saturday doubleheader action. Leopards head coach Tara Anaya hoping to bounce back after the extra inning 1-run loss. Marissa Acosta, Angelina Alderetti, and Julia Miramontes, the hitters here in the bottom half of the third inning, if anybody reaches base. Third baseman Taylor Gray is due up fourth, but for now it's Acosta out of the 9-hole. Lashinsky peers into the dugout. Now checks her wrist. Her first pitch home to Acosta. A strike taken on the outside corner. Leopards and Sagehens baseball here at Ben Hines Field on Campus West. Tied at 4 in the top half of the 5th inning. 0-1 pitch to Acosta. Bounce back up the middle. Wagner coming on to make the play. Makes it. But the throw is not in time. Acosta, a hard 61, beats out the infield single. A leadoff base runner for the Leopards puts a runner at first for Alderetti. As I mentioned, Alderete singled and scored her first trip. Left-handed slap hitter at the top of the Leopards order. Takes ball one high and away. Alderete showed bunt with the infield crashing. Not much she could do with it besides try to pound it by the third baseman. One ball and no strikes to count. Acosta, the runner at first, ready to go. A good lead off the first base bag. Alderete empty on the bunt attempt. One ball and one strike. Leopards in their home white with the orange pinstripes taking on the Occidental Tigers in their road black jerseys with the orange belt, orange sleeves, orange stripes on the stirrups. 1-1 pitch. Alderete shows bunt. Down and in for a ball. Leshinsky falling behind. 2 balls and 1 strike. Alderete has 4 extra base hits on the season, 3 doubles and 1 triple to go with 6 RBIs. Acosta does not have a stolen base. The right fielder puts it down. Sophia Sue throws it and it hits Alderete off the left arm. Alderete in a bit of pain. And the home plate umpire is calling out Alderete for being out of the baseline. Alderete still in pain from the ball bouncing off her left elbow. The throw's certainly enough to dead the feeling in your arm, but the home plate umpire perhaps taking the game a bit too far into his own hands. Calling Alderete out for a play that doesn't seem about right. Alderete grounded it and took off down the first baseline. Didn't run far inside of it. Kept her right foot on the white chalk. But she's going to have to walk back to the dugout as the first out of the inning. It works like a sacrifice bunt. The slow roller in front of the plate moves Acosta to second base. Alderete retired for the first out of the inning. Second time today she's been robbed of a base hit by the home plate umpire. And it's not officially quite robbed yet as the 2 umpires discuss it. Head coach Tara Anaya out discussing with the home plate umpire, transcribing how the last play went down. Alderete really put a swinging bunt down in front of home plate and then took off for the first baseline, as a slap hitter would do, dribbling it off the end of the bat. Alderete just tried to get down the first baseline as fast as she could. Sophia Sue, the third baseman, was actually the one that picked it up. Sue then threw toward first. It hit Alderete off the left elbow, the elbow that naturally is in the field of play as she runs down the first baseline. The home plate umpire called Alderete out, called Acosta back to first. A tough break for the Leopards. 1 out in the bottom of the third inning. And now it'll be first-year left fielder Julia Miramontes. Apologies for the delay in transpiring what events took place, but I wanted to make sure we got it right before we resume play. 1 out, runner at first. Miramontes fouls the first pitch back into the mid of the catcher Lebsock. 0-1. Leopards fans not happy about that last call by the home plate umpire. Alderete specifically is not making any friends with the home plate umpires. Maybe the home plate umpires aren't making friends with Alderete. 1 ball in, 1 strike. Julia Miramontes Hit a triple in her first at-bat of game 1 of this doubleheader. Trying to stay out of the double play ball here. 1-1 pitch. She comes up empty at. 1-2 the count. Leshinsky spinning the ball in her left hand. Her 1-2 home. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. Miramontes couldn't lay off the stuff inside. After taking ball 1, she goes down on 3 pitches.
Now batting for Leopards, number 7, Taylor Gray.
2 outs now in the third, following Alderetti's interference for the second time today. In 2 games, of course, but nevertheless. Alderetti's interference and the strikeout brings up Taylor Gray. Acosta takes off on the ball in dirt, and she'll coast into second base standing with a stolen base. So the first stolen bag of the year for Marissa Acosta comes with 2 outs here in the third to put her in scoring position. 1-0 pitch taken by Taylor Gray. 2-0 the count. Acosta ready to take off on anything hit. 2-0 pitch taken down the middle, strike 1. Two-one pitch bounced right back to the box, handled by Leshinsky, and the Tigers will leave the runner stranded in scoring position. Occidental gets a break from the umpiring crew here at Campus West. We head to the top half of the 4th inning. Leopards 1, Tigers 0, Skyak softball on LVTV 3, Laverne Community Television.
We meet online, and I tell you, I'm falling in love. I have to see you in person, but I need a loan for the ticket. I really think you're the one. And I really think you're desperate. Sure enough, you sent cash and never see me again. Too smart to fall for this? Last year alone, 12 million Americans lost money this way. Can you believe it? You shouldn't. I made that up, too. Might not be as smart as you thought you were.
Top half of the 4th inning, the Leopards lead the Tigers 1-0. A battle of 2 Skyak Big Cats. The visiting Occidental College Tigers taking on your University of Laverne Leopards. Nate Rodriguez bringing you the action. First pitch swinging by Isabella Harding. It's a foul ball back to the screen. 0-1 the count. Harding grounded out to short her first at-bat. Takes a ball outside here, 1-1. Junior first baseman for Occidental. Out of Novato, California. Takes a ball outside, 2-1 the count. Two-one pitch is smashed into the left center gap. That's going to take a bounce off the wall and skip all the way back nearly to the infield. A long double off the left center wall off the bat of Isabella Harding. A long single, excuse me, which should have been a double. Harding lead things off with a bang. Brings up third baseman Felicia Pedroza. That was the hardest ball we've seen hit all day. Rodriguez hit that ball off the left center wall earlier, but it was a skyscraping shot. First pitch bunt attempt from Pedroza. Bunted back to the screen. No balls and 1 strike. Nobody out here in the top of the 4th inning. Game-tying run represented by a Harding at first base. Kirsten Sanchez is 0-1 as a fastball climbing the ladder. Pedroza can't lay off of it. No balls and 2 strikes. Leopards haven't turned a double play ball yet today. Now would be a good time for their first. Pitch misses down and away for ball 1. It's been a beautiful day here from the University of La Verne at Campus West. Softball and baseball doubleheaders taking place. University of La Verne softball team looking to take the rubber match of this series as Pedroza fouls it off the screen up above the Oxy dugout. One-two pitch runs inside and hits Felicia Pedroza. Tough spot for Sanchez to be in now. Back-to-back base runners for the Tigers to lead off the top of the 4th inning. Catcher Jordan Lebsock will be the hitter. We're having issues with one of our cameras, working to fix it. Apologies for those of you watching at home. Leopards looking to get out of the inning unscathed and with the lead. First pitch to the catcher, Lebsock, taken low and away. Ball 1. Sanchez is 1-0. Swung on and fouled off the screen. Tigers getting aggressive in hitters' counts, knowing Sanchez is commanding the fastball but losing control of her secondary stuff. Becoming easier to predict, or other words, select pitches. 1-1 is a fastball low and away. Sanchez overcompensating, overthrowing. 2 balls and 1 strike. First baseman Marissa Acosta giving her some words of encouragement. 2-1 pitch at the knees, but called a ball. Sanchez laughing at how she's getting squeezed. And the count's moved to 3-1. Lebsock in the driver's seat. Takes a pitch in the same spot, but this time it's called a strike. First base coach for Occidental can't help but flash a smile. 3 balls, 2 strikes, nobody out. Swung on and lifted out into left field. There's Julia Miramontes to make the catch. First out of the 4th inning. Sophomore right fielder Sam Palacio, the next to hit. Takes the first pitch in the dirt. A good block behind the plate by Alyssa Campbell keeps the runners at first and second. Harding at second represents the tying run. Pedroza at first represents the go-ahead run. Crespo at the plate looking to advance them. 1-0 pitch taken on the outside corner for strike 1. Occidental with just 1 hit, but has been awarded 3 walks plus a hit by pitch. 1-1 pitch is popped to second, fielded there by Cassandra Zapata, and there's 2 away. The inning started with an Isabella Harding line drive off the left center wall. Harding only got to first base because the ball skipped back in towards second really fast. First pitch ball low into center fielder Ava Quezada. Harding stayed put at first base. Pedroza was hit by a pitch. That's how the Tigers got to first and second. Sanchez inducing 2 pop-ups. Now has runners at first and second with 2 outs. 1-0 pitch is fouled back to the screen. 1-1 the count to the center fielder Ava Quezada. First at bat, she struck out looking. Sanchez's first victim. 1-1 pitch, fastball high above the belt. Back into the circle comes Sanchez. Home with the 2-1. Fastball outside. Three balls, one strike. 8-hole hitting center fielder Ava Quesada at the plate with left fielder Sidney Crespo on deck. Foul ball back to the screen, and the runners will be off on the full count offering. Pedroza from first, Harding from second. Quesada looking to tie the game, perhaps even more. Kristen Sanchez home with the 3-2, fouled back. Sanchez wearing the shades, staring down her catcher Campbell. Another 3-2, another foul back. Although there is a base open, it's important for Sanchez to go right at Quesada. The center fielder was looking for a hit coming into today. She might have one here. The line to left is caught by Miramontes. A full extension dive out in front of her saves at least one run and keeps the Leopards ahead 1-0. Second time today, Julia Miramontes has made a diving play out in front of her. The first time she turned a double play to end the inning. This time she saves at least the game-tying run, if not the go-ahead, and ends the inning stranding two runners. The University of Laverne leads Occidental College 1-0 as we now head to the bottom half of the fourth inning. It's been a pitcher's duel between Ariel Lashinsky of Occidental, the senior left-hander from New Jersey, and Kirsten Sanchez, the junior left-hander for the University of Laverne. Sanchez out of San Pedro, California. Bottom of the fourth inning from ULV. 4, 5, and 6 hitters due up for the Leopards. Cassandra Zapata, Ashley Rodriguez, and Jaylene Jaloma set to hit. Leopards head coach Tara Anaya had a few select words for the first base umpire. And now we're ready to go in the bottom of the fourth inning. Zapata, Rodriguez, Jaloma to hit here against the senior left-hander Lashinsky. She's fielded her position well, kept the Leopards offense to a minimum. First pitch strike into the cleanup hitting second baseman. Oh, 1 pitch in from Lashinsky to Zapata, taken high. 1 ball and 1 strike. Zapata in this game flew out to right in her first at-bat. Ball 2 outside. Zapata came into the day 20 for her first 52, all singles at the plate, but 14 RBIs. 2 for 2 on the base paths and stolen base attempts. 2-1, fouled off, back to the screen. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Isn't the cleanup hitter that's going to provide you a bunch of pop, but to get on base and set the table for Rodriguez and whoever is set to follow. Zapata certainly has done her job well. 2-2 pitch. Bounce back up the middle. Sophia Sue, all in one motion. A nice play for the first out of the inning.
Now batting for Leopards, number 20, Ashley Rodriguez.
Ashley Rodriguez, the Leopards center fielder, the next to hit. With one out in the fourth inning, Rodriguez, the left-handed hitter, swings at the first pitch and lines it back up the middle. That's a one-out base hit for Ashley Rodriguez.
Now batting for Leopards, number 27, Jaylene Malone.
First hit of the series finale for Rodriguez. Jaylene Jaloma, the hitter. Singled in her first at-bat. Squares around, shows bunt. Rodriguez takes off on the pitch and slides into second safely. A stolen bag for Ashley Rodriguez, her 8th of the season. 8 for 8 in stolen base attempts now. Gets the Leopards another runner in scoring position. Ahead of the Tigers 1-0, but looking for a potential run number 2. Jaloma takes ball 2 high. 2 balls and no strikes the count. Rodriguez, good speed, would certainly look to score on anything through the infield. 2-0 pitch to Jaloma, left over the plate, lifted out toward right center. Play is made by Sam Palacio, but Rodriguez will take third on the play, sliding in safely. 2 outs in the fourth inning. It's up to pitcher Kirsten Sanchez to help her own case.
Now batting number 22, Kirsten Sanchez.
Kirsten's delivered 4 shutout innings. Occidental has threatened in 3 of those, but has yet to crack the scoreboard. Sanchez also came out and delivered a scoreless inning of relief in the end of game 1 of this doubleheader. Takes a strike. The count moves to 0-1. Lashinsky's pitched a great ball game to this point too. Hoping to get through 4 innings, allowing just 1. Quickly finds herself ahead 0-2 in front of her counterpart. Lashinsky shakes the glove, now home with an 0-2 that runs inside and gets away from the catcher, and that's going to allow Rodriguez to score. The Leopards are gifted a wild pitch from Lashinsky. The first time today, really, that catcher Jordan Lebsock isn't a wall behind the plate. It skips away, and Rodriguez skips in from third. 2-0 Leopards. Bottom of the fourth inning. Kirsten Sanchez now just trying to extend the inning. A 1-2 pitch, swung on, bounced to the right side. Easy enough for the Tigers' first baseman, Isabella Harding, and the inning is over. But Rodriguez gets aboard on a single, steals second, then comes around to score. The Leopards take a 2-0 lead and lead by 2, headed to the 5th. You're watching SkyAC Softball on LVTV3.
If you're buzzed and doing this, to make yourself feel okay to drive,
ZWX.
you're not okay to drive.
YGKLVW. Regular you.
Top of the 5th inning from the University of Laverne. You're watching SCIAC Softball on LVTV3, Laverne Community Television. I'm Nate Rodriguez. The Occidental Tigers trailing by 2 as we enter the top of the 5th inning. Kirsten Sanchez, the junior left-hander out of San Pedro, has limited the Tigers to almost nothing. The Tigers have threatened in 3 of the 4 innings so far, but Sanchez has been able to navigate through traffic and keep Occidental scoreless. Sanchez was the final out in the bottom half of the 4th inning. She was at the plate when Ashley Rodriguez came around to score. She misses the first pitch here to left fielder Sydney Crespo. It's actually a pinch hitter for Occidental. In place of Sydney Crespo, junior infielder Mia Mark out of Davis, California, is the hitter. Mark wearing the number 17 pops up the 1-0 pitch to the right side of the infield. Cassandra Zapata, fighting the sun, moves over to her left and puts it away for the first out of the inning. We lost one of our cameras here on the set of the SCIAC Saturday doubleheader. Our main camera from behind home plate that provides you the wide shot of the action has gone down. We're working to repair it, but unsure if we'll get it there in time, considering we're entering the later innings. 0-1 to shortstop Alicia Wagner. Sanchez been pummeling the zone with strikes. Here there's a bit of interference going on. Looks like Kirsten Sanchez is going to have a word with the field umpire, who wants to rub some dirt on the softball. Perhaps thinks Sanchez might be doctoring a little bit. Who knows? Could never put it past anyone, I guess, right? Ball inside and high. One pitch lifted to the right side, down the line. That ball is going to get down in fair territory, and it'll be extra bases for Alicia Wagner. Cass Zapata on the relay, a strong throw into third base to keep Wagner at bay. Nevertheless, it's a 1-out double. That'll bring up designated player Evelyn Lorch. A nice piece of hitting by Wagner, taking the pitch on the outer half and going the other way with it, floating it down the right field line, just inside the line for a double. First pitch to Lorch, strike on the outer half, 0-1. Leopards lead 2-0, but Lorch has been the hottest Tigers hitter all day long. A .385 hitter coming in. Lorch looking to do more damage, swings and misses at a fastball up. And the count is 0-2. .02 pitch lifted to deep right. That's going to tie the ball game. All day long, Evelyn Lorch has come through, and she does yet again with a game-tying 2-run homer. Tigers and Leopards tied at 2. For Lorch and the Tigers, that's the first home run of the season. Lorch, a junior out of Hemet, California. We'll remember that one. An opposite field shot over the right field wall to tie this game at 2 here in the 5th. Kirsten Sanchez looking to regather herself. Starts Sophia Sue out with the strike. 0-1 the count. For Sanchez, that's the 5th home run she's allowed this season. 0-1 pitch misses low. 1 ball and 1 strike. So the score is Oxy 2, Laverne 2. The Leopards 22 out inside the circle, trying to get the second out of the fifth. 2 balls and 1 strike. Kirsten home with the 2-1, just below the knees of Sue. 3 balls and 1 strike. First baseman Isabella Harding waits on deck. 1 out in the top of the 5th inning. Sanchez's pitch is popped up along the infield. Zapata going back. Rodriguez coming in, taking charge and making the one-handed catch for out number 2. It's an easier play for the center fielder to make, coming in, having already been playing in on the Laverne logo out there in center field. Center fielder would have priority over the shortstop and the second baseman. Better for Rodriguez to call it off early and make the play for out number 2. First pitch into Isabella Harding, misses low and in. Harding, the junior first baseman, grounded out to short her first at-bat. Now the count even at 1 ball and 1 strike. One pitch from Sanchez, grounded to third, handled by Gray. Throw across the diamond to Acosta. Good for the 3rd out of the inning. Alicia Wagner, a double inside the right field line, followed up by an Evelyn Lorch opposite field shot to tie the game at 2 in the top half of the 5th inning. We'll head to the bottom of the 5th. Oxy and Laverne notched at a pair. Leo Nation, join us at Upland Hills Country Club on May 23rd for the inaugural Leo Nation Golf Classic fundraiser for the University of Laverne Athletic Department. For just $175, you can register for golf and reception, which includes a swag bag, free gifts, food, and beverages. Not a golfer? No problem. For just $50, you can register for the reception, where there will be a both live and silent auction, raffle items, and prizes. Come reconnect with your coaches and teammates or meet some new members of the Leo family, all while supporting current Leopard student athletes. All proceeds benefit Laverne Athletics. For more information, event registration, or to find out about sponsorship opportunities, visit leopardathletics.com/golf classic. That's leopardathletics.com/golf classic, or click the link in the description of today's broadcast. Bottom of the 5th inning, the Leopards looking to answer Occidental's 2 runs in the top half. A 2-run game-tying shot off the bat of Evelyn Lorch, her 5th hit of the day. Amongst the 2 games, has us in a whole new ball game. Erica Garcia, the Leopards junior shortstop, takes a ball high. Garcia, Bishop Amat High School alum, out of West Covina, California. Takes a 1-0 fastball thigh high. It's 1-1. There's a thriller going on at Ben Hines between the Pomona Pitzers Sage Hens and the Leopards. 6-5 Laverne. Garcia bounces this one to third. Handled by Felicia Pedroza for the first out. Marissa Acosta, the hitter, with 1 out in the 5th inning. First pitch strike on the outer half. Acosta singled in her first at-bat back in the bottom of the 3rd inning. She stole second base, but was left stranded in scoring position. Back-to-back ground balls to third base. Pedroza. Back-to-back assists. 2 outs in the 5th. 2 outs in the inning. Back to the top of the order for the Leopards. Third time through now. Right fielder Angelina Alderetti, the hitter. Alderetti singled in her first at-bat, stole second for her 22nd stolen bag of the year. Then came around to score the Leopards' first run of the game. First pitch taken at the knees for a strike. In her next at-bat, she put down a bunt in front of home plate, picked up by the third baseman, Sue, and Sue made an errant throw to first that hit off Alderetti's left elbow, but the home plate umpire called Alderetti for running out of the base paths. The Leopards' right fielder slashes at one that's low and in and runs away from the barrel. No balls and 2 strikes. Alderetti struck out once in game 1 of this doubleheader. Now asked to fight with 2 strikes. 0-2 pitch swung on and missed in the dirt. Alderetti will run down to first, but the throw will beat her in time to retire the side. Leopards go down in order in the 5th. We head to the 6th from the University of Laverne, tied at 2. You're watching Skyax Softball on LVTV3, Laverne Community Television.
If you love them enough to drive an hour to cheer them on as they get beat 11-0 in the rain, then surely you'll check NHTSA.gov/the right seat to make sure they're correctly buckled in the back seat.
Throw that ball, Diane. Woo! You got this.
Tigers and Leopards tied at 2 as we enter the 6th inning. Kirsten Sanchez home to Felicia Pedrosa, the Oxy third baseman who's been locked down at the hot corner. Takes ball 1 low and away. She pops the next pitch up into foul territory behind the third base bag. That'll drop down for a foul ball. Next pitch lofted out to right field, Alderetti underneath it for the first out of the inning. So Pedrosa flies out to right, first out of the 6th inning. Sophomore catcher Jordan Lebsock the next to hit. Right-handed hitter has gone 0 for 1 in the series finale. A walk, then a fly out to left. First pitch strike on the outer half from Sanchez. The left-hander's done a good job in the later innings, getting ahead of hitters, pounding the strike zone, making them earn it. Of course, the 2-run home run to tie the ball game back in the top half of the 5th inning. But it wasn't because Sanchez put runners on the bases. She made the Tigers earn it. Their 2 best hitters atop the order were the ones that got on base and did the damage. 1-1 pitch to Lebsock. A strike on the outer half again. 1-2 the count. The Leopards scored 1 in the 1st, 1 in the 4th. Then the Tigers answered right back in the top of the 5th. And now we're locked in a 2-2 tie. 1-2 pitch off the plate. Campbell can't steal that strike. 2-2 the count. Sanchez toes the rubber, home with another 2-2. Too far in. Full count. The 3-2 swung on, line to first, handled by Acosta. The Leopards will throw it around. 2 outs in the 6th. Right fielder Sam Palacio to hit with 2 outs in the 6th inning. Sophomore out of Burlingame. Takes a strike. 0-1 to count. Sanchez 0-1 in the dirt. Important for Sanchez to keep fighting, especially here in the bottom of the order. Needs to go right at Palacio, Quesada, and Crespo. 1-1 pitch, fouled off to the right. 2 strikes. Palacio, the hitter, out of the 7 spot. Trying to fight with 2 strikes. The pitch. Just off the outside black. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Two called, strike 3 on the inside corner. Kirsten Sanchez sits down Sam Palacio, and the Tigers go down 1-2-3 in the 6th. The Leopards will take another crack at it. Senior left-hander Ariel Lashinsky has been dominant through 5 innings so far. They'll trust her to go back out for the 6th and keep it a tie game. This week, the Laverne Athletics Department is celebrating NCAA Division III Week. A significant percentage of our students participate in varsity athletics, competing for the love of the game. We are proud to join 446 Division III schools in celebrating the academic and athletic accomplishments of student athletes, as well as their leadership, community service, and campus involvement. To the bottom of the 6th we go. Leopards and Tigers tied at 2 apiece. The Leopards, if they can take the lead here, would just need to hold Oxy off in the top half of the 7th to take game 2 of the doubleheader and the rubber match of the series. The Tigers have the 8, 9, and 1 hitters due up in the 7th, but the Leopards have the 2, 3, and 4 hitters due up here in the 6th. So if there were ever a better time, I'm not sure when it would be. Now looks like the prime opportunity, and it all starts with Julia Miramontes, the first-year left fielder, who's hitless here in the rubber match. First pitch taken on the inner half. Starts Miramontes out with a strike. Lefty on lefty matchup. Senior pitcher Ariel Lashinsky taking on the first-year outfielder. Open stance, bent at the knees with no batting gloves. Lashinsky shakes the glove, home with an 0-1 that's swung on and missed. No balls and 2 strikes. Julia Miramontes, the hitter, at the plate. 0-2 pitch, swung on and missed. Good morning, good afternoon, good night, Julia Miramontes. Ariel Lashinsky, a strikeout to begin the 6th. 1 away.
Now batting number 7, Taylor Gray.
Taylor Gray, the next to hit. Also hitless in 2 at-bats so far. Ground out to second, then a ground out back to the pitcher. Gray, right-handed hitter, takes strike 1. Leopards could use a base runner, apply at least a little bit of pressure to this Oxy defense. Lashinsky gets the sign, home with an 0-1 pitch, changes speeds. Gray fouls it off the mask of the catcher Lebsock. 0-2 the count. Lashinsky home with another 0-2. This one a bit high and tight. Gray takes it for ball 1. Oxy 2, Laverne 2, 1 out, bottom of the 6th inning. You're watching SkyAC softball on LVTV3. Gray wears that one off the front elbow, and she'll take first. The Leopards will take the base runner. One aboard with 1 out here in the 6th. For cleanup hitter, Cass Zapata.
Now batting for the Leopards, number 12, Cassandra Zapata.
So Cass Zapata, the second baseman to hit here with Gray off first and 1 out. Gray ready to go, takes off on the first pitch. Leb Sox throw down, not in time. Gray steals second, puts the runner in scoring position. Now Zapata, a swing away from driving in the go-ahead run. All Zapata needs is a ground ball to the right side behind the base runner to move her over. The Leopards ultimately, more than anything, will take the base runner from third base. Strike 1 taken down the middle. 1 ball and 1 strike. Zapata so far today has flown out to right and bounced out to second. Ariel Lashinsky gets the sign, her 1-1. Bounce back up the middle. A nice diving play by Wagner, but her throw to first is not in time. With the ground ball behind the base runner Gray, she takes third base. Wagner nevertheless saves a run, but it's an infield single off the bat of Cass Zapata. Gray off third, Zapata off first. Rodriguez the hitter. Occidental calling for a circle visit. Instilling some confidence into the infield with runners at the corners and 1 out. The Leopards, under head coach Tara Anaya, likely might be drawing something up here with runners at the corners and 1 out, forcing Occidental to try and make a play. More than anything, the Leopards want to avoid the inning-ending double play. With a runner at third, Rodriguez, good enough speed to beat it out, but still a hard-hit ground ball. Could mean anything could happen. This could be the turning point. Runners at the corners and 1 out. Lefty on lefty matchup between Lashinsky and Rodriguez. Rodriguez shows bunt. The runner goes. Zapata down for second. The throw short to the pitcher. The throw home, not in time. Gray slides in safely. Zapata takes second and third. A huge play for the Leopards as they take a 3-2 lead. It looked like the Tigers intended for Lebsock to throw it back to the pitcher, Ariel Lashinsky, but Lashinsky ducked on the throwback. It bounced 5 feet in front of the second baseman, Sue, and by the time she picked it up, there was no chance to get Gray at the plate. 2 balls, no strikes. The 2-0 pitch to Rodriguez taken in the dirt. Now with a 3-ball, no strike count and an insurance run off third. Interesting to see if Rodriguez is taking all the way or if she has the green light. It's something that looks pretty. The 3-0 pitch. Outside corner, pitcher's pitch, strike 1. 3-1 pitch is lifted out to left field. Should be deep enough to score the runs. Zapata heads for home. The throw to the plate is wide. It's a sac fly for Ashley Rodriguez. 2 runs come to score. And the Leopards lead 4-2 here in the 6th. Four to 2 Leopards, 2 outs in the bottom half of the 6th inning. Jaylene Jaloma into the batter's box, taking a strike on the outside corner. Jaloma singled in her first at-bat, flew out to right. 1 for 2 on the day. Lines this one towards short. Wagner has a hard time picking it up. Sue recovers it, but by the time she does, Jaloma reaches first. It's an error on the Oxy shortstop. Extends the inning with 2 outs for pitcher Kirsten Sanchez. So it looks like the Leopards will pinch run for Jaylene Jaloma. They'll send Sydney Diaz back out onto the base paths again. Sanchez, the pitcher at the plate, looking to continue helping her own case. Runner goes on the first pitch. Diaz slides into second safely. 0-1 the count. Ground ball headed toward the first base side, but it'll roll foul. 0-2 the count. No balls and 2 strikes to count to Kirsten Sanchez. Sanchez going for the win. Out inside the circle for the Leopards in the rubber match. 0-2 pitch here to her. Back at the plate is lined into center field. The Leopards will wave the runner home. The throw to the plate is not in time. Sanchez, an RBI single to give herself some more insurance. Scores the pinch runner Diaz from second. A 2-out RBI single for Kirsten Sanchez makes it 5-2 Leopards. Sanchez hit it as hard as she could on the screws right back up the middle. Lashinsky had to get out of the way. The throw in from the center fielder, Quezada, was not strong enough to get the runner. The Leopards have scored 3 here in the bottom of the 6th inning. A pinch runner for Sanchez. It'll be Ava Chacon. Chacon, the freshman catcher out of Whittier, California. We'll see if she's off to the races on the first pitch. Erica Garcia, the shortstop, up to bat. Shows bunt. Runner goes on the first pitch. Throw down from Lebsock in time. And that's going to nail the runner for the 3rd out of the inning. But the Leopards score 3 in the bottom of the 6th and lead 5-2 headed to the 7th. 3 more outs to go. You're watching SkyAC Softball on LVTV3, Laverne Community Television.
If you love them enough to drive an hour to cheer them on as they get beat 11 to nothing in the rain, then surely you'll check nhtsa.gov/the right seat to make sure they're correctly buckled in the back seat.
Throw that ball, Diane. Woo! You got this.
We head to the 7th inning from Campus West at the University of La Verne. The Leopards 3 outs away from taking the rubber match between the Leos and the visiting Occidental College Tigers. Nate Rodriguez bringing you the action on LVTV 3. Kirsten Sanchez, the junior left-hander out of San Pedro, looking to finish off another complete game. Sanchez has 7 so far this year, making her 15th start of the season. Hoping to keep the Tigers where they are. First pitch into center fielder Ava Quezada, in for a strike. And the count is 0-1. 8, 9, and 1 hitters for the Tigers here in the 7th inning. 0-1 pitch lifted out to right field. Alderete makes the two-handed catch, and there's one away. Pinch hitter for the Tigers, Zeta Day Adams, who pitched 7 shutout innings of relief in the game 1 of this doubleheader, is the pinch hitter with 1 out in the 7th inning. The Tigers down to their final 2 outs. Day Adams awaits the 1-0 pitch, takes a strike on the outside corner, 1-1. One pitch lined into left field. That'll get down for a base hit. So Day Adams, fresh off the bench, was ready to swing it. Lines one into left field for a 1-out single. So Occidental's not done yet. Back to the top of the order for shortstop Alicia Wagner. A fly out to right, a ground out to short, and a double down the right field line. Day Adams will take second base on the ball that gets away from Campbell. That runner on second means nothing quite yet. Would only make the score 5-3. But the Leopards want to go right at Wagner because they don't want Lorch to represent the tying run. She's already hit a game-tying 2-run shot earlier in the game, and she's swinging a hot bat. 2 balls and no strikes to Wagner. Leopards still just 2 outs away from securing the victory. Two-0 pitch, fouled off toward the Occidental dugout. Two balls and 1 strike the count. The 2-1 pitch clips the outside corner. 2-2 the count to Wagner. Fastball climbs the ladder. Wagner gets a piece of it, sends it foul down the right field line near the tarp. So we'll do it again, 2-2. Day Adams ready to go off second. The ball lifted into foul territory near the left field corner. That's put away out there and left by Miramontes. 2 outs in the 7th, and it's left up to Lorch. Evelyn Lorch had 2 doubles, a single in the first game, and she's hit a homer here in this one. First pitch gets away behind the plate from Campbell. 1-0 the count. Zeta Day Adams taking third base. One 0 pitch, fastball, inner half, called a strike. 1-1. If this holds, the Leopards will pick up their 10th win of the season. 1-1 pitch swung on and missed. And the Leos just a strike away. The 1-2 pitch. Climbs the ladder. 2-2. Two-two pitch, fouled back to the screen. We'll do it one more time. The Leopards won the first game of the series 10-7. Oxy won game 1 of the doubleheader 6-5. Another foul ball, but the Leopards still a strike away from putting this one away 5-2. Sanchez battling here with Evelyn Lorch at the plate. Lorch has used the opposite field all day long for a pair of doubles and that long home run. Going the other way to keep the at-bat alive here. Another 2-2, fouled back. Two balls and two strikes. The pitch gets away from Campbell behind the plate, but the runner Day Adams is not going anywhere from third. And the count moves full. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, runner on third. The pitch from Sanchez. Swung on, line to second, speared by Zapata. And that's the ball game. The Leopards take the rubber match of the series from Occidental by a score of 5-2. Kirsten Sanchez, a complete game masterclass, including an RBI single for the final insurance run for the Leos. The University of Laverne improves to 10-17 overall on the season. 4-7 in SCIAC conference play. The Tigers were able to snap their 5-game conference losing streak in the first game of this doubleheader, winning the middle game of the series 6-5, but they dropped the series finale to the Leopards by a score of 5-2. Kirsten Sanchez, the complete game win for the Leopards, plus the RBI single, the player of the game in the series finale. The Leopards wrap up the series with Occidental. They'll have one more game to play against California Lutheran this upcoming week on Tuesday before they open up a series against the Pomona-Pitzer Sage Hens on Friday at Pomona-Pitzer. From Campus West at the University of Laverne, from Nate Rodriguez, the University of Laverne, Occidental College, and Laverne Community Television, you've been watching SCIAC Softball on LVTV3. Thank you for tuning in, and have yourselves a wonderful rest of your weekend.